descriptive geometry to IB. So in this particular case, we're finding a slope of a plane again, but this time we've got to actually draw the front view. And so we have to know a couple of things. We're gonna, it's a little more complicated. This is like the reverse engineering, reverse construction. Where have I seen this needs to be done, or I've been given a part here and it's part of a plot of land, and I have to go back and reverse and find and make sure that things actually line up where they say they're supposed to line up on the plot plan, that kind of things. So there's a couple things that are involved in this. It's a little more complicated, yes, but if you follow the steps, it's actually pretty easy. Now, I know the hard part is, what are those steps? How do I know what they are, etc. So here we go. Sorry, one second. So step one is we have to look and see what are the knowns. Our knowns are that we need to have a directional slope of south 20 east, so it needs to come down to the right. It needs to be a reference to the 90, and it needs to come down. So I know that whatever that slope is going to be over here, it's going to be that 20-degree slope. So how do I find that? So I'm going to go here to point 1. And I am going to go ahead and project a vertical line straight down. Now from that line, using that as the 90, I need to draw. Just so that I can make my protractor line up with it nice and perfect. I need to mark at 20 degrees. So I'm marking the 20 degrees. Get that out of the way. Use a straight edge. Use some triangle. Okay, so that now has become, that's that 20 degrees. So this is the line that needs to be drawn parallel through here and perpendicular off of. So we need that to be able to draw this, all right? So that's step one. If you don't know to find that, that's going to give you a problem. So you have to know, find the slope as a 20-degree southeast coming down. So there's our slope. And that's what we're going to use, because we have to have that slope of that line over here. So that now becomes our straight line we reference to. Tape it down. Dang it, come on, get into it. Trying to get it over so it's 100% in view. There it goes, that's better. Okay, so now I've got that parallel to that line I just drew. That's my point of reference. All the way up here. And then our perpendicular lines. So I did that 20-degree directional slope off of 1 so that I could get my line to run parallel to, so I could draw my line through the point, and then I have my perpendicular lines for my points 1, 2, and 3. Now, how am I going to find this? Okay, well, one of the things is I do at least know where point 2 is in reference, so I'm going to find that. And then I'm going to follow that line on at point 2, and I'm going to mark it. So that's point 2. So I do know that at the very least, right? Now another thing I know it has a slope of 40 degrees. So mark that. Okay, good. There it goes. Line it up. Mark the 40 degrees using my protractor. up there so I get the 40 degrees because I get it off. There it goes. And if we make sure and see that's off. So it's one of those you have to kind of, okay, go back to the starting point here. This is where the, just to make sure it's been done correctly. And see, it is. Yeah. So if I come to the point here to here, it's still at 40 degrees. So I just double check to make sure I actually had it right. Falls under, you don't trust yourself. Sometimes you want to double check things to make sure. Okay, so if I do that, and I know from projecting over that this is going to become 0.3, and that becomes 0.1 on that line. Okay, now what do I do? Normally I would transfer the dimensions from here to over here. So I'm just going to reverse the process. I'm going to project down. Come on. Okay. Those lines here. Get a nice pretty straight edge. Tape it in place. Project 2 and 3 straight down. So that's, remember I transferred the 2. Now I'm just going to find,
you guys have a good one.
You do.
3. Find the 3. And connect it, and we've drawn it. Do. So there are all of my points connected together. Giant game to connect the dots. And then you fill out, of course, the title block and the border like you normally would.